Hey everyone, this is probably one of the biggest projects I've ever had the pleasure of working on in my career. I want to introduce you to Aperty, your newest portrait photography editing software. Aperty is created by Skylum, who are the sponsor of today's video. They are the team who created Luminar Neo, and I've teamed up with Skylum to share the needs and wants of a working photographer to be able to develop the best app for us to edit with. So Aperty has raw develop tools and retouching tools all in the one software. Not only do you not have to jump around between software to get your portrait session edited and delivered to your client, but it's also going to save you a lot of time with our automated retouching tools, so you don't have to spend hours and hours manually retouching. If you don't retouch your photos before sending them off to your client, our software is now going to make that possible to add that extra level of care to your editing before delivering images to your client. And if you're a beginner, Aperty can also remove the time-consuming process of learning how to retouch, making achieving this level of work more attainable for anyone. And I will be giving you a sneak peek into how some of our tools work in today's video and a little look into what our software looks like. So, what am I doing? My main role is to help with the development of the app, which involves a couple of different elements like sharing what tools us portrait photographers need to edit with, testing these tools, providing feedback to get these tools working at the highest quality possible, and bringing to the table all my experience and knowledge with portrait photography to help get this app developed. I've been doing portrait photography for more than half my life now, which is crazy. So I've made sure to share my workflow as a portrait photographer and also potential workflows for different kinds of portrait photography like headshot sessions, family shoots, weddings, fashion shoots, portrait sessions, to give the team an overview and an insight into the potential tools we would need to provide portrait photographers to have an all-in-one editing app with Aperty. Within the workflow, I shared all the tools I think we would need when it comes to editing portraits. Raw developing is a given, so here's a little sneak peek of what you can expect when it comes to editing with Aperty. So I'm currently in Azles and I'm heading downstairs for a meeting with the whole team. We've got a marketing meeting and a development meeting as well. I'm so excited. I just got my first sneak peek at some of the skin retouching tools that they've been developing. And they were going to show it to me before, but we didn't have any time on this trip, so I get to play around with them right now, and then I'll get a copy of them in a little bit so I can do my testing and give them some feedback. So we're going to do that now. I'm so excited. It looked really good. This is an official, very first glimpse into your new photo editing app, Aperty. The interface is so gorgeous. I absolutely love what it looks like. We have a very sleek UI. You'll notice we have a film strip down the bottom. I think the design team did such a fantastic job. I'm so in love with what it looks like. So one of the tools we are providing, of course, is raw developing, because as I mentioned, we want this to be an all-in-one app where you can develop your photos and retouch them in one place without having to export and import your images through different softwares. For those of you who are familiar with Luminar Neo, we have the History Edits tab, which for Neo I think is useful as this software is meant to be used to edit like a standalone photo. For Aperty, on the other hand, when it comes to portraits, you're usually editing an entire series of images. So for this reason, we all, and when I say all, I'm referring to myself and the team at Skylum, we decided to remove this history tab, and now when you make an adjustment, leave the tab and come back to it, your adjustment is saved, which is so cool. This is going to be so useful when it comes to editing a series of images, and I've been really enjoying editing like this for the past few months. But Aperty is not just about developing photos. The most important feature set of Aperty are its retouching tools. I have retouching tutorials on my YouTube channel where I share how I do frequency separation in Photoshop. So if you've watched those or you're familiar with that technique, or even dodge and burn retouching, you would know that it is an extremely time-consuming and involved process. So we wanted to create an app that can help speed up your workflow while still maintaining high-quality results. Part of my job with these tools that I'm about to show you is 1, share all the retouching tools us portrait photographers could ever need as part of our workflow, and 2, test the quality of these tools once the dev team have created the technology needed to make these things happen. And it's basically just a back and forth process of the team sending me tools. I test the tools on all my portrait photos because I've been doing a lot of photo shoots to create images to test these things out. Then I return my feedback and we tweak things until we're all happy. So I'm going to share share one of those tools with you today, which is our retouching slider. And the job of this slider is to remove acne and imperfections on someone's skin. It basically emulates retouching, but without all that manual labor required to achieve the results. The general rule of thumb with retouching is A, only remove imperfections that are not permanent, so things like acne, skin blemishes, scratches, things like that. Or B, in addition to point A, is to edit anything your client has specifically requested they want retouched in their images. So here's a portrait I captured of Johnny. If I were to retouch this manually in Photoshop with frequency separation, which is what I used to do, I would say this would take me around 15 to 20 minutes, which might not sound like a lot to some of you, but when you consider I'll usually be delivering 10 to 20 images to a client, that retouching time really starts to add up per image. In Aperty, I'm just going to use this retouching slider and look at that. Everything I would have done in 15 minutes is now done in seconds with the slider instead. It's a game changer. Something that's really important to me with retouching is achieving great results while still maintaining natural skin texture. If you're someone who prefers a more smooth and flawless look to the skin, we are going to have those tools that achieve that as well. But if you're after a more natural look, this is what we've been working towards being able to achieve with our retouching sliders. You can still see Johnny's natural skin texture in the image, which is so important. He still looks like a real normal person. So that's all I'm going to show you from Aperty for the time being. We have so many more tools that will be a simple click of a slider, like eye bag removal, eye enhancement, makeup enhancement, and heaps more. I'm really excited to do a deep dive into Aperty as soon as it's ready to show you how it all works. And don't forget, you can pre-order the software at a limited time offer, and I'll leave my link in the description if you want to do that. But let me know in the comments if there's something you really want to see, and I'll make sure to share that in the next video, or let me know if you have any questions about today's video. I'll have more to share with you soon, but for now, thank you so much for watching. I make new videos every single week, and I'll see you all next time.